Hi guys. Okay, so today we are going to be working on week 7. This is practice 3. All right, so first off, we're going to be figuring out which one of these expressions has the least value. And remember, I told you when we're doing this, you have to do your order of operations. So it's parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, whichever one comes first, and addition and subtraction, whichever one comes first. All right, so here we go. And I made the E little because you do not have to do exponents in 5th grade. All right, so let's start with A. You're gonna need to put this on another piece of paper. So I have 70 divided by 10 plus 25 times 2. All right, so there are no parentheses, so I'm going to move on to multiplication and division. And it's multiplication and division, whichever one comes first when you go from the left to the right. So when you do that, this division comes before this multiplication, so this division gets done first. 70 divided by 10 is 7. So then you write plus 25 times 2. So now you have addition and multiplication, so multiplication comes first. So 25 times 2 is 50. So that leaves you with 7 plus 50, which is 57. There's your answer for A. All right, next is B. For B, we have 70 divided by 10 plus 25 times 2. Let's write it down. 70 divided by 10 plus 25 times 2. All right, so you have to do what's in the parentheses first. So in the parentheses is here, 10 plus 25 is 35. Then write out the rest of the problem. 70 divided by 35 times 2. All right, now you've got division and multiplication. So you've got to make a decision. Well, it's multiplication and division next, but it's whichever one comes first when you're going from the left to the right. So that is 70 divided by 35. There are 2 35s inside of 70. So 2 times 2 is what's left, and that gives you 4. Okay? All right, now let's do C. C is going to go right here. C is 70 minus 2 plus 25 divided by 5. All right, so there are no parentheses in this. So the next is multiplication and division. So we've got multiplication and division. There's a division right there. So 25 divided by 5 is 5. Then write in the rest of the problem. 70 minus 2 plus 5. Then all that's left is subtraction and addition, and you know that it's whichever one comes first going left to right. So do 70 minus 2 is 68 plus 5 is 73. And there you are. All right, and let's do D. So D is 70 minus 2 plus 25 divided by 5. So do what's inside the parentheses first. So 70 minus 2 is 68 plus 25 divided by 5. Next, you do multiplication, division, whatever comes first. So there's some division right here. 25 divided into 5 pieces is 5. So 68 plus 5 is what's left. 68 plus 5 is 73. The question says, which expression has the least value? The least value is B. So your answer is B. All right. There were a total of 247 games in the season. The season was played for 13 weeks. How many football games were played each week? So draw your bar model. Do you have the total? Yes, I do. The total is 247 football games played in the season. Gosh, I bet those boys were tired. All right, the season is played for 13 weeks. So how many games were played each week? So this is going to be divided into 13 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 weeks. That gave me 13 spaces, all right? So now let's look at my problem solving flow chart. Do I have the total? Yes. Do I need equal pieces? Yes. So I have to divide, okay? So I'm going to take 247 and I'm going to divide it into 13 equal weeks. So I'm going to come over here. I'm not going to be scared to write some stuff on another piece of paper. I promise it'll be okay. So I've got 247 divided by 13. All right, so first, how many 13s are in 2? There are none. How many 13s are in 24? There is 1. 1 times 13 is 13, and then you can subtract. 4 minus 3 is 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. And then I'm going to bring down the 7. All right, I'm going to try something a little bit different this time to see if I can make things a little bit easier on myself. I'm going to think to myself, what number times 3 is going to give me something that ends in a 7? Okay, so I know that 9 times 3 is 27, so I'm going to try that. So I've got 13 times 9. Hopefully this will give me 117. Well, I know that 3 times 9 is 27, so I'm going to leave the 7. I'm going to carry the 2. So far, so good. That number's right. Now, 9 times 1 is 9, plus 2 more is 11. Look at there. Booyah. All right, 117, subtract, I get a 0. That was a 9. There were 13, there were 9 13s and 117. So if I come back over here, each one of these games is going to be each week they're going to play 19 games, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, and you could fill them all in if you wanted to. But it's 19 games a week. So it's 19 games per week. And if they did that for 13 weeks, that would give you the correct answer. Okay, so 19 games per week. All right, next, we're going to round this to the nearest hundredths. So if I've got this number, I'm going to underline the hundredths place.
Miss Rose, how do I know which one is the hundredths place?
Well, if I'm looking on here, this is my place value chart. My decimal is right here, okay? The first place value after the decimal is the tenths. The second place after the decimal is the hundredths. The last place after the decimal is the thousandths. Sorry, so first, second, third, tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So I'm looking on here. Which one is the hundredths place? It is this one, okay? There's a 4 in the hundredths place. I'm going to look next door. The 0 makes the 4 stay the same, and it is 34 hundredths. Okay, that's your answer. All right, next one. In this table, we see how many fish Sam and Terry caught each day. If the pattern continues, how many more fish will Terry catch on day 8? Okay, so we've got to get all the way to day 8. We're only at day 3, so we've got to do 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, so 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we have to figure that out for both Sam and for Terry. So here we go. So Sam is going up by 2 every day. 2, 4, 6. Day 4 would be 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16. He goes up 2 every day. Now let's look at Terry. 0, 4, 8, 12. So every day, Terry is adding 4 to the previous day. So 12 plus 4 would be 16. Plus 4 is 20. Plus 4 is 24. Plus 4 is 28. Plus 4 is 32. If the pattern continues, how many more fish will Terry catch on day 8? So what it wants to know is how many more did Terry catch than Sam on day 8? So that means if you want to know how many more, you have to take 32, subtract 16, and Terry caught 16 more. Does that make sense? Hope so. All right. And the last one, Mr. Stahl is a plumber who worked for 5 weeks on a house near the river. He charged 40 hours each week, and he charged the homemakers $125 an hour. Okay, so let's figure out how much he made each week. Let's figure out his weekly salary first. So you don't know how much he made each week, but you know that he made $125 an hour. So the first hour he worked, he made $125. The next hour he worked, he made another $125. The next was another $125. And that week he worked for 40 hours. So if you had 40 of these little bars, that would give you your total. So we're looking here at our problem solving flow chart. Do I know the total? No, I do not. I don't know the total. But do I have equal parts? Well, 125, 125, 125. So yes, I totally do have equal parts. So I need to multiply to find out the amount. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to multiply 125 times 40. 125 times 40. And I'm just going to multiply 125 times 4 and then put a 0 on the back. 4 times 5 is 20. Leave the 0, carry the 2. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 more is 10. Here's the 0, carry the 1. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 more is 5. And then don't forget about that 0. All right. So it's $5,000 a week is what he's making, okay? But he worked there for 5 weeks. So now we need to find out his 5-week amount. So we don't know how much he made in 5 weeks, okay? We don't know. But we do know that he made $5,000 each week, right? So if you take $5,000 and you've got it over 5 weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And each one of these is 5,000. 5,000 the first week, 5,000 the second week, 5,000 the third week, 5,000 the fourth week, and 5,000 the fifth week. Okay, so looking at my problem solving flow chart again, I'm sliding this up here. Do I know the total? No. But do I have equal parts? Yes, so I multiply. So I'm going to take $5,000 and I'm going to multiply it times 5 weeks. Here I go. 5 times 0 is 5, 5 times 0, 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 0 is 0, and 5 times 5 is 25. $25,000 is how much he's going to make over a 5-week period. Huckamadokie, huckamadokie. All right, remember to make your bar models. Remember on these multi-step word problems that it helps you. And I think I am going to go learn how to be a plumber because obviously I'm in the wrong business. All right, love you guys.